Hello again, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm Teacher Oakley, and for the next hour we're going to do some exercises and practice using phrasal verbs and phrasal verb opposites. Okay, we're going to learn a little bit about phrasal verb opposites. Let me premise this lesson by saying that English is sometimes not completely logical, in case you didn't know that. Sometimes phrasal verbs can be very intuitive. It's very simple. Turn on, turn off, on and off, or opposites. Okay. So that's very logical. Other times, not so much. For example, if you want to you want to put your electrical device into an outlet, the electrical outlet, you plug it in. You stick the prongs in the holes. You plug in a device. However, you plug it in. You do not plug it out. There's no such word there's no such phrasal verb as plug out. Instead, you unplug the device. So, we're going to be looking at that today, opposite phrasal verbs and their opposites. Again, sometimes very intuitive, sometimes counterintuitive. It doesn't really seem to be logical. Alrighty, welcome to the class, Pavel. How are you?
Thank you, I am fine. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet me. We've met like 100 times. Nice to see you. How about that? Okay. Nice to see you as always, Pavel. Hello, Rafa. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm pretty well.
Glad to hear it. Welcome to the class.
Okay.
Okay, gentlemen. Let's get started. We're going to do this by looking, I'm going to do a screen share. We're going to be looking at some fill-in-the-blank exercises. Hang on, let me show it to you as I explain it. All right, here you go. We've got some fill-in-the-blank exercises. Hang on, make sure you can all see that. All right. These fill-in-the-blank exercises, you see actually two groups here of phrasal verb pairs, which are antonyms. They're the opposite. So sometimes they're really not even opposite prepositions or verbs. Knock out, bring round. Okay, look down on, look up to. Okay, down, up, that's much more logical. Many times totally different verbs, totally different adverbial particles. Okay, these a phrasal verb, usually a simple verb, in conjunction with a preposition, which now, as part of the verb, is actually a particle or a piece of the verb, an adverbial particle, to be specific. Okay, so I think you can see, there's sets of pairs here. We're going to be looking at pairs of sentences. So those are our clues, and we're going to be doing some fill-in-the-blank exercises. As we go along, we'll note any other specific rules or anything else to do with phrasal verbs, as well as maybe talk about alternate meanings to phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs frequently have multiple meanings. All right. Welcome, Carmen. How are you?
Hi, Oakley. I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. Thanks. Okay, let's get started. Pavel, you're first in the class, so you can start us off here. Read the sentence and see if you can fill in the blank.
I can't hear what she's saying. Can you slow down the volume?
I don't think so.
Mm, stay, stand, switch on, switch off, turn on, get back. Huh.
The speaker can't hear, so they want the volume to increase.
Switch off the volume.
No?
Turn down.
Okay, but in this first
To
sentence,
turn up. To turn up,
yeah,
yes.
I can't hear what you're saying, so you want the volume to go up. Can you turn up the volume? And then, okay, the sentences are in pairs, and so are the phrasal verbs. Turn up, turn down. Okay? So the second sentence.
I am not deaf. Please switch off.
No. They're in
Turn
pairs.
down.
Yes.
To turn down the volume.
Okay. You tricked
Turn
yourself.
the volume down a bit.
There you go. You got it. Okay. Turn the volume up. Turn up the volume. These two phrasal verbs can be separated, meaning the object of the verb, the thing the action happens to, the noun the action happens to is the object, or the object noun. The object noun can come between the verb and the particle, as in the second example. Please turn the volume down a bit. Or, like the first one, it can come after the entire phrasal verb. Can you turn up the volume? Okay. One other thing, Pavel. Deaf. Be careful.
Deaf.
It's not a long E. It's a short E.
Deaf.
Yep.
Deaf.
Very good.
Deaf.
Alrighty. Now, of course, this phrasal verb is used very commonly for volume, sound, the amount of sound. But I can also turn up the heater, turn up the air conditioner, turn up or turn down. If you have lights on a dimmer switch, you can turn up or turn down the lights. So basically anything that you can adjust by elements, you can turn up or turn down. Of course, these phrasal verbs also have other meanings. What's another meaning for turn up, Pavel? Do you know?
Turn up.
Yeah.
Another meaning.
Yeah.
Change direction, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If you have a book and the cover is facing down on your desk, you can turn it up so the cover is facing up. Sure. Yes, that is quite possible. As most phrasal verbs, many phrasal verbs do. Okay, this definition Pavel has shared with us is a much more physical dictionary definition, or concrete definition. The words mean actually what they say. Turn. Okay, you're moving the book up so that the face is up. So it is what it sounds like it is. As opposed to turn up the volume, it's a little more idiomatic in meaning, a little more abstract. Another meaning of turn up is, for example, guess who turned up at the party? Paul McCartney. Oh my God, it was amazing. Okay, unexpectedly arrive is turn up. Turn down, again, Pavel, as you mentioned, it has the physical meaning. Or if you turn down something, Pavel, what does it mean if I turn down your offer?
Reject offer.
That's
it.
You're right. Reject or refuse an offer. I turned down his offer of donuts because I'm on a diet. Okay, so there you go. Good examples of phrasal verbs and how they have multiple meanings.
Okay,
Carmen?
excuse me. A question. What is the reason? Because before we use it together, the phrasal verb, in the question, maybe, and then we use it separate. Why?
Okay, excellent question. Thank you. Actually, the reason why is there is no reason why. English is fun. Okay. Actually, Carmen, realistically, the reason why is completely dependent on the speaker. And in fact, it usually has to do with the speaker's sense of rhythm as they're speaking. What sounds better to you? What is an easier rhythm for you to follow, or possibly a rhythm or intonation that you want to use to show emphasis in the sentence? In reality, the meaning doesn't change at all. It has nothing to do with questions or statements or negatives, nothing like that at all. It is totally optional to the speaker, but however, sometimes it just feels right, Carmen.
Mm. I'm scared of grammatical freedom. I don't know
Aren't
what
we
to do in
all?
these situations.
So am I, Carmen. I have to teach it and make sense of it. And sometimes that is quite a challenge in English. Definitely. Okay, it really has to do, and another aspect of that, I'm glad you asked. Phrasal verbs, one may ask oneself, why are English speakers so awfully fond of using phrasal verbs instead of more concrete meaning, formal one-word verbs? And again, it goes back to the rhythm. And the thing is, especially when you separate, when you use a separable, like the second example, that's called separable phrasal verbs. Please turn the volume down a bit. Please turn the volume down a bit. Okay, turn the volume down a bit. Please turn the volume down a bit. Did you notice that I changed my stress from turn to down?
Mm-hmm.
Please turn the volume down a bit. Please turn the volume down a bit. Second one, I emphasize down. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to stress either. Normally, the particle is stressed in a phrasal verb, but it is completely acceptable and quite normal to change the stress position of the words, the verb and the particle, dependent on what you feel is a good rhythm. And also, it depends on what you want to highlight and emphasize in the sentence. So the intonation-wise, if I say, please turn the volume down a bit, I'm emphasizing down. I'm strongly emphasizing that. I want the listener to make sure they understand down, down, down. Okay. Okay. So, in other words, in short, phrasal verbs are much more versatile. You can do more with them as far as rhythm, as far as intonation, and clarifying meaning, which is why they're so widely used. I think maybe that's personal theory, but it seems logical to me.
Okay.
Okay. Good question though. Rafa, take it away.
Number two.
Number two.
The room was so stuffy that Paul went out.
Okay. Where is that? Is that here?
Yeah, in the second column.
Oh. Okay. All right. I got confused there. Paul went out. Okay, you know what? That makes perfect sense. But actually, we're kind of doing this pair by pair. So actually, Rafa, let's take a look at this second sentence.
Yeah. Paul was unconscious for at least 10 minutes before he... But also, staying could be in the second one. Stayed.
No.
State. No.
Nope. That one doesn't make sense.
No.
This is the wrong pair.
Yeah.
It makes logical sense in the sentence number 2, and it's grammatically correct as well. But it's,
the wrong was together was.
yeah.
Stand up in the second one could be. Stand up.
Oh,
In
before
the second one, sit down. No, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Can we get some help here? Anybody have any ideas here? Actually the opposite idea. We're looking for opposites. All right. So in one, Paul is unconscious.
Could be the first one. It could be pass out, and the second one came to.
Came to. There you go. That's the idea. The room was so stuffy that Paul passed out. He lost consciousness.
It was so stuffy.
That's very stuffy. Yes, indeed. Okay. Yes, Paul passed out. Maybe he has low blood pressure. I don't know. But anyway. Okay, passed out, pretty much the only meaning, really. Okay, no, that's not true. You can pass out the homework, pass out a test, give to many people. You can pass out flyers in the marketplace. All right. Different meaning, but pass out here means become unconscious. And the opposite would be come to. You are passed out, you are unconscious, you come to. Or, as we will see later, we can sometimes say come around. He came around, or he came to. Either one means really the same thing. Okay, Carmen. Number 3.
I can't go dancing every night. I'm going to stay in tonight and watch TV. Watching TV is boring. Let's go out for a change and see a film or something.
There you go. Very nice. Perfect.
Okay, sorry, I have another question. This phrasal verb thing drives me crazy, and I just don't understand why. For example, I remember I asked a friend once, why don't you just use help? Help me. Why do you have to use help me out? And then he told me, this is like help me, like if you are going to save my life. It is better to say help me out. That means give me a hand. Was that a good answer? I mean, are phrasal verbs like kind of less formal or something like that? Like if you use only the verb in each situation?
Well, okay, very good question. All right, another one. You're full of good questions today, Carmen. Excellent question. There are some particles, the endings, all right, which actually sometimes some of the phrasal verbs, there is an actual completely different abstract meaning, all right, and unique to that phrasal verb. There are kind of families of adverbial particles. To illustrate, let me use a different one. Up, okay? You clean up your room. Why do you say I cleaned up my room instead of I cleaned my room? You mess up at work. Why I made a mess at work. Okay. Up adds an element of emphasis to the verb, as well as it adds an extra meaning of completely, entirely, in its entirety. So if I tell you to clean your room, okay, I'm just vaguely saying clean. However, if I say clean up your room, I mean clean it up completely, every part of it. So there is a subtle, small difference. Remember, Carmen, that these are not functioning as prepositions. They are actually called adverbial particles. So these are adverbs, which sometimes very subtly just like normal adverbs will alter the sense of meaning of the verb, so do adverbial particles in phrasal verbs. Sometimes it's really subtle. Sometimes it's merely to add emphasis or highlight the verb. Help me out, for example. Okay. All right. Help me out. I freaked out. Okay. What does that mean? I freaked out. Oh, I need you to help me out. It again is very similar to up, what I just described, in its entirety. Okay. I freaked out. That means completely freaked, completely out of all bounds, just completely. So if I say help me out, it adds emphasis to help, and your friend was somewhat correct. It means completely. I need you to completely help with this. If I just say, can you help? I'm basically, that's small. I'm asking for very, very small help. Help me out. I mean I need help to actually complete some action, or I need complete help. All right, big help. So there you go. Sometimes it's very subtle, like help and help out. Okay, so there are whole, in fact, there are whole kind of families of these adverbial particles. Let's see. Okay, up can mean completely. Okay, you lock up your car completely. You eat up your lunch. You finish it. You drink up your beer. You drink the last drop. All right? On, you work on, you carry on, you continue on. Okay, that means to continue. Keep going. Out. All right? I just mentioned you pass out some paperwork. You can hand out paperwork. You can share out some work. You can send out some emails. If you send an email, you send out emails. It means two different people. Okay, so it has that meaning for in conjunction with several different verbs. Out can mean something different. It can mean publicly. You speak out against. You speak out against racism. All right. So that means publicly. You speak against racism. That means you're talking about racism. You speak out. That means you're being very public, open to everyone. There is a difference. Subtle, small, but it's there. You call someone you call your children to come in the house. All right, Johnny, come in. You call out to the children. That means your neighbors can hear you very publicly. Okay. Subtle, small difference.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. But they don't all function that way, Carmen. I do not want to mislead you. Sometimes they can act more like an idiomatic expression in which this unique phrasal verb has a very distinct and unique meaning. So it's more of a helpful hint than an actual, it's certainly not a rule. I don't want to mislead you. But sometimes where you run into those cases is, why are you using a phrasal verb when a verb seems to accomplish the mission? That's why. Okay. Yeah, all right. Good job here. Very good. Stand, go out. Out in your second sentence. Let's go out. You ask someone out. That means you're going somewhere not at home for entertainment purposes. All right. You ask out, go out. You bring someone out for his birthday. That means you're out at the restaurants and the bars. All right. That means you're somewhere having fun for entertainment. So there's another one, out, which has, in conjunction with many verbs, has the idea of out in public, basically. Okay, Ken. Batter up. Number 4,
Okay.
Ken.
It's very early start. We plan on excursion at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
What is excursion?
Okay. Good question. Excursion. An excursion is an outing, small travel. Okay, not a trip around the world. Usually, an excursion is like one sort of travel mission.
Okay.
Okay, something like that. Okay, we blank on our excursion. It's 7 o'clock.
Set out.
Indeed, yes. Set out to begin. So, all right, the opposite.
Get back.
Yeah, right. So there you go. Don't wait up for me. I won't get back from the excursion until midnight. Ken, you know what this very common phrase means, don't you? Don't wait up for me.
Don't wait up for me. Yeah, I don't know, but I can guess the meaning.
Or even very commonly, you might hear in English, don't wait up. Yeah, I'll be back late. Don't wait up. Yeah, don't stay awake.
Stay awake. Okay.
Yes. I
said just wait.
Okay, it actually has the implication that you're going to stay awake and not go to bed.
Okay.
If you're waiting up, your teenage daughter goes out on a Friday night, you're going to wait up for her. You're going to be angry if you wait up until 3 o'clock in the morning for you. All right. For example. Okay, Pavel.
Yes, here I am.
Here you are.
Sharon wanted to listen to the news, so she switched off the radio.
Well, she wanted to listen.
Switch on.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Switch on.
Right.
Switch on, of course. The program wasn't very good, so Tracy switched off the radio.
All right. Switch on, switch off. A lot of echo, Pavel. You could switch off. Your microphone.
Switch off.
Thank you. Very much. Pavel, I'm getting a lot of echo. If you wouldn't mind muting. Well, believe me, we hear. Echo.
I don't understand because I don't hear some trouble with internet.
Okay, well. Okay, you're not going to take my word for it, obviously. Rafa, Carmen, do you hear echo? When I talk to Pavel?
A lot of echo.
Yes, a lot.
Okay, Pavel, do you believe us?
Okay.
Echo from me?
Yes. When your microphone is open, my voice echoes. Your voice does not echo. My voice echoes.
It's
I don't know why.
strange.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, if you wouldn't mind muting. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Switch on, switch off the radio. All right. British are a little more likely to use this phrase. Americans are much more likely just to say turn on, turn off. Just so you know. switch on, switch off. You can switch on, switch off the fan, the lights, the radio, the TV. All right. Not normally your car. For some reason, you turn on your car, or simply you start your car. Okay, moving on. Rafa, number 6.
Number 6. The punch was so powerful that it's Frank for 5 minutes. And the second one, I think it's necessary for me. They tried everything they knew to push up the boxer. Could you scroll up, please?
I could.
Pass out, put back, bring forward. Yeah. Knockout, bring round, could be?
Could be, and in fact, it is. Okay.
The punch was so powerful.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah or no?
Yeah. So KO is a knockout in boxing, right? And the acronym for knockout. Okay. It knocked Frank out. Okay. Can I say, Rafa, that it knocked out Frank for 5 minutes? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. All right. Good. Bring around. For some reason, this is very common, by the way. I should point this out. Brits, when they have a phrasal verb, they use round. Bring round, come round. You go by your friend's house, you come round their house. I'm not sure why, but in any case, Americans, pretty much every time you see round in British English, American English uses the full around, bring around, come around, go around. Americans never use round, just FYI, so you know, for your information. All right. They tried everything they knew to bring the boxer around, to bring around the boxer. Okay, again. It can be used either way, separable or inseparable. Keep in mind that most phrasal verbs function this way. They can, again, because they're so versatile, the object can go between or after. All right, but there are phrasal verbs which are exclusively only one way or the other. There are some that absolutely have to be separated every single time, and there are a few that can never be separated ever. Eat out, for example. Why? Actually, because many times the phrasal verbs that cannot be separated, it is a very simple reason. It's because they're intransitive verbs and they don't take an object. So how can you put an object in between the verb and the particle when you are not allowed to have an object? Obviously, that doesn't make sense. Okay. That's like eat out. I cannot say I'm going to eat dinner out tonight. That's actually wrong. You may hear that in conversational English, but it is actually completely wrong. Okay, let's continue. Carmen, number 7.
We saw the car slowing down and almost... We saw the car slow down and almost come to a stop. The car began to speed up and was soon going too fast to follow.
Okay, very good. Slow down, speed up. Yeah, of course, slow down can be used for everything, concrete or more abstract. I need to slow down and take it easy. I've been working too hard. There's too much stress in my life. Like that. Okay. It's true. I need to slow down. Okay. I definitely do not need to speed up. All right. speed up, go faster. All right, those are pretty straightforward. Not really multiple meanings for those. Okay, Ken.
Okay, there was such snobs. They belong. I know anyone. They thought had come from an inferior school. I thought Cock was marvelous.
Okay.
I belong him as my hero and tried to be like him.
Okay.
Maybe look up, look down kind of thing.
Very good.
Yeah.
Look down on, look up to.
Yeah.
Very good. And yes, these exist, although far, 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 far rarer than two-word phrasal verbs. There are, in fact, a scattering of three-word phrasal verbs, and these are examples of really common ones. Look down on, look up to. Look down on, of course, is to disparage, disrespect. Okay, and the opposite to respect and admire. Kirk is a hero. All right, great for Kirk. I hope this is Captain Kirk.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Of the Starship Enterprise. Yeah. Yes, I looked up to him as my hero and tried to be like him. Do you know what I mean? Ken.
Yeah, kind of Star Trek money. I don't know.
Ken.
Ken?
We have to figure out what this means. This is the most important exercise we have ever done. Ken.
Yeah. What do you
down.
I was doing I was doing my Captain James T. Kirk.
Okay, I watched that in Japanese sub version. You know,
oh my God!
Over
really?
the dubbing version, so I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
On the film, yeah, I watched it in English.
Oh my God! Actually, you know, when I think about that, watching Star Trek in English is probably maybe the best possible way on Earth to study intonation. For some strange reason, everybody has their own intonation pattern. Each of the main characters has a very distinct and unique intonation pattern.
Japanese English, or maybe could be Russian, Slavish English.
Yeah, because you have all the different nationalities, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very funny.
We can practice in that style.
Yeah, you can. But please don't talk to people like that. It is the most important class we've ever held. Yes, that would be ridiculous. Or you could be Scotty, the engineer. I think this is the most important phrasal verb exercise we've ever done, Captain. It could be fun. We should have a class like that. We'll do the whole class.
Please give us a class Star Trek.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna devise some kind of a role play Star Trek class. Oh, we're doing that, Rafa. Oh yeah, note to self.
We beg you.
Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, all right. Back to work here. Okay. Pavel, back to you, and I'm going to shut up so we don't hear my echo.
The meeting's going to be later than originally planned. Wave blank it blank from the 15th to the 18th.
Okay.
Oh. Set it out? No. Yes.
No, we've already used
No.
we've already used this one.
Put it back.
Very good.
Yes. They put it back from the 15th to the 18th.
Yeah, and
And,
good job. Correcting your pronunciation. 15th. Yeah, that's right.
15th.
Yep.
The meeting's going to be earlier than originally planned. They've bring it forward from the 18th to the 15th.
Okay. Two things. They have brought it forward. Bring
Brought.
Yeah. Actually, you have have. Okay. Have brought. You actually have a present perfect.
Bring brought. Yes.
Present perfect tense. Yep. And also, Pavel, planned. One syllable. Planned.
Planned.
Yeah.
Planned. Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, Rafa.
The band played the national anthem, and everyone in the audience. This is the most comfortable chair, I think. Please sit down. Could be the band played the national anthem, and everyone in the audience stand up.
Okay, stood up.
Stood up.
Yes, past tense to match the band played. The audience stood. Okay. Hey, Rafa, how often does the national anthem get played in your country? When does it get played?
The most important events, like in the 40th of July, I think. Not so often as in the United States, less. And also, we have only the music. We don't have lyrics in Spain because they were a change, and we have only the music of the anthem and don't have any lyrics. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. I did not know that. That's fascinating.
Only the music. And
why doesn't somebody get busy and write some lyrics?
Yeah, there are a lot of jobs here. There are a lot of work, and nobody can write a lyric for the anthem.
I find that ironic. Well, there's a job right there. That's got to be worth the money.
Yeah, and the most interesting thing is when the lyrics song, when the music song, everyone sing any kind of lyrics for free. Oe, 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 oe. La 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 la. There is an anarchic situation here.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad you shared that with me. That's really amazing. Yeah, in the United States, the national anthem gets played before every game, pretty much ever. High school basketball game, every basketball, football, hockey, baseball game, pretty much every single one. That's what I remember national anthem always listening to it. It's funny, I live now in the Philippines, and get this. In the Philippines, they play the national anthem at the beginning of every single movie in the movie
Oh
theater.
my gosh.
I'm totally serious. So every time you go to the movies, you're going to stand up and everyone sings the national anthem. It's pretty, though. And it has words. So, yeah, absolutely true.
I just wanted to say that the national anthem here in Spain is a military march. So
Aha.
it is not even a song. It is like seems like the troops are going to appear, and I don't know.
Awesome. How
Yeah.
fun is that? Everyone can march and sing.
Yeah.
Away, 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 away. You guys are way too much fun. Okay.
Too much, yeah.
Too much fun. Okay. I can't let go of this. Ken, I have to ask you, when do you ever hear, is there a Japanese national anthem, first of all?
Yes.
Okay. And when would you hear it in your normal existence?
Less than the United States or Philippines. Before the sports event or
Uh-huh.
yeah, such kind of ceremony kind of thing. Because it was a bit controversial here as well, you know. The lyrics are just devoted to the emperor, and
Okay.
especially in the 60s, Japanese reviewers criticized a lot about the lyrics, and past Japanese colonization forced sing that song to to the Koreans and the Chinese people.
Ah, right. Okay.
So it became controversial. But nowadays, maybe backlash happened. Conservative right wing got more power, so that's singing uh, more frequently than
It's
ever. But yeah, some people dislike it actually.
it's made a
And
comeback.
yeah, and I don't support Japanese emperor system, so singing for emperor is ridiculous for me. So I don't think it actually in general.
Okay.
And Japanese has a very strong sense of Japaneseness actually. Without such kind of symbol or song, we can be together or we can be exclusive for others actually. So I think it's sometimes cause a bad effect to the society.
Interesting. Yeah, this is very interesting. Okay. Sorry, I'm going off topic. I can't help myself. I'm just fascinated by this topic. I just think this is so interesting. Huang, welcome to the class. Hi, Huang. Huang, are you there? Huang, say hello so I know that your microphone's working and you're all good. I'm fascinated by this subject. So, Pavel, I want to ask you the same thing. Where in your normal life do you hear the national anthem?
Maybe the national anthem plays in the moment of rewarding sportsmen after some sport event.
Okay. Okay. During the awards, you mean?
Dream awards?
During the awards.
During, yes, during rewarding
Right.
athletes
Right.
after sport events.
Okay, like at the Olympics.
Yes, for example, after Olympics game, after Olympics game, it's played the national anthem for each athlete.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of an Olympic tradition. Okay, Huang, are you there? Okay, we're going to move on. I almost forgot the other flip thing. Pavel, would you mind muting your microphone? The other thing in the Philippines is they will play it at the end of the day on all the television stations, the Philippine television stations, of course. It's the last thing you hear, the signing off the air. Okay, all right. Break up, go back. Here's another, come on, go off. Build up, die down. Here's another giant set, which we're never going to make it through in the next 8 minutes, but let's do our best. Huang, again, if you can speak, please give a shout out so I know you are ready to take your turn. Okay. Rafa was last. Carmen, you're up. Fresh one for you.
Okay. In the temperature is too low. If the temperature is too low, the heating turned. Okay, and let me see. Okay, so if it is too low, build up automatically.
Probably not.
Then it should be start out.
Probably not.
Okay. Count in. Don't tell me.
Probably not.
Okay. Okay. So it is not build up. It is not count in. It is not start out. No.
Nope. It's actually as simple as the heat comes on, the heat goes off. That's it.
Oh.
Okay. So.
The heating. Okay, I thought it was the heater. So I was okay. The heating itself. I thought it was some.
Well, it could be the heater. Wouldn't matter. It switches on. When in a thermostat, once it's controlled by a thermometer, and once the thermometer hits a certain temperature, the heat, whatever heating apparatus you have, comes on, right? It comes on automatically. All right. All right. Anything, if you have your lights set to daylight, your lighting, outside lighting particularly, will come on automatically, for example. All right, come on and go off. Right. Okay. Next, Ken.
Okay. Nowadays, Ronald's books are famous all over the world, but they belong as story he told to keep the children amused. They were originally children's bedtime story, but they have belonged as book, film, and even computer games. Nowadays, Ronald books famous all over the world, but they build up, talk out of. No, doesn't make sense.
No.
Cut back off, die down, counting, take off. Start out.
Yes.
Okay. And
Right.
end up.
They, past tense, of course, started out.
Started out.
Okay, they began as stories, but they have ended up, very common, as books, films, and even computer games. Okay. All right. Huang, are you there? It's your turn. Okay, I guess not. Pavel. Pavel, go ahead. Number 3.
Yes. There was a big increase in orders, and we had to blank production. There was a sharp decrease in order So we decide to blank production. Start out. Oh.
No, we just use that
no.
one. We just use that one.
Yes. Step up.
Yes.
Increase step up.
Yes.
We had to step up production, and we decide to cut back production.
Right. Okay. Step up means increase. Cut back does not mean stop entirely. Just means make less. Do less. Cut back. You can step up and cut back many things. Spending. I need to cut back on my food shopping budget. For example.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's good way for business.
Yeah, it is. Very useful phrasal verbs. There are many phrasal verbs that are very common and constant in business. In fact, I'll be doing a couple classes in a row this Saturday, phrasal verbs for business followed by idioms for business. We'll probably see this pair of words again. Rafa, number 4.
You are soaking wet.
Yeah.
Now those wet clothes and get into the bath. Now, could you scroll up, please?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh my gosh. Take off.
You want the second sentence?
Yeah, perhaps better.
Okay.
You aren't wearing your slippers. Then, are you fit? We got gold. But wearing, similar to wearing, take off, put on, take off.
Indeed. Very good. You are correct. Take off those wet clothes and get into the bath. You're soaking wet, so get into the bath. This is logic only a mother could love. My wife does this to my children. Oh my God, you're wet. Quick, go take a bath. Like that's going to cure them from being wet somehow. Yeah, anyway. Sometimes.
Not to you.
Sometimes I don't understand female logic. You need to get in the bath because you're all wet.
I'll tell you why. Because otherwise you are putting the water on top of the floor and you are wetting the floor and making a mess. It's just because of that.
Oh. Oh.
Bathroom is the only place where it's allowed to put some water drops on the floor.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I wish you'd tell that to my children who are, 1.5 and 3 years old, because they like to put water drops all over the floor, all over the house. And juice drops and milk drops. Yeah. No kidding. Okay, very good. Wow. Sadly, and doubly sadly, because Yassine has just joined us, you know what? We did for another class, so I've got to get going. Thank you very much. Yassine, hello. Hello, goodbye. Nice. Thank you for stopping by, but I'm sorry you're at the very last minute of the class. Okay, so and everyone else, thank you. And everyone else, thank you. Pablo.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you, Carmen.